Alright, what's happening, everybody? This is a chapter read about the trip from Boreal out to Texas, which was a really long drive. If you like this stuff, go ahead and hit the subscribe and the thumbs up, and keep listening, and I'm going to start reading. I remember driving out of the Boreal ski resort parking lot thinking it was going to be a long, long drive to Texas, and it was. Taking shifts driving, we would trade off, and we did around 8 hours. It was brutal and long. We stopped in Vegas and slept in the parking lot of a roadside casino the first night. We all needed to stop moving and relax for a few hours after the long drive through the desert. Then we moved on. We got it in our heads after some discussion that we just stop and see some landmarks because we had the time and because we were driving right by many of our nation's most famous natural wonders. You can't let that stuff go by. I mean, you may never be that close again. So why not check it out now? We drove all the way out of our way on US 89 near Flagstaff to Crater National Monument, only to find that it was closed. That was a disappointment because you could see the outside of the crater for miles as you approached it, but we never got to see what it looked like inside. The second evening we stopped at the Petrified Forest on the edge of Arizona and New Mexico. We found a day park with a grill and made some food and looked at the Petrified Forest. The small ancient trees in our site were all at ground level and resembled pieces of reddish marble, and you're not supposed to walk on them. It was very cool to see something I had only read about. I thought that was rad. I wish we had time to go to the other areas in the camping park, in the other areas of the park, to see the full-size petrified trees, but we did not. We were out and down the road in a few hours, dipping out with the sunset. We'd been driving south for many hours and we needed a place to crash. We were in the mountains of southern New Mexico near Las Cruces, and we were getting weary. We looked at a map with the help of a disposable lighter but could not find shit. We continued driving up and down mountain passes. Finally, we saw a campground sign and turned down a long dirt road well after 2 a.m. It was pitch black, but we could see some stars through the trees we had parked under. We were exhausted, and I made my bed on the ground and passed out staring at those faraway stars. When I woke up, Farrell was smiling from the back of the truck above the black Chevrolet tailgate letters. We looked around and realized that we had somehow found the most beautiful campground we had seen so far on this entire tour. The pine trees were huge and thick and reached up into the brilliant blue sky hundreds of feet above us. We were the only ones in the entire space. There was a natural spring right there, and we all shivered, rinsing off in the ice-cold mountain water. It felt like we morphed into the landscape that morning, like we discovered something a little different out there in the mountains. It was really cool. I recall driving away from that magical camping spot, wishing we could stay longer and absorb it, all the while knowing I would never, ever see it again. Fact was, we had more shows to see and a lot more miles to drive, so off we went down US 25 over to US 10, creeping along the belly of America on our way to the mighty state of Texas and yet another date with the dead. We ended up doing another all-nighter with our driving buddy LSD. Farrell and I took a half a hit each. We got high in a mellow, fun way and clicked off the miles. We had lots of weed, so I kept rolling joints one after the other. We got stuck in a nighttime road construction project, and all the lights and the machinery were weaving and blending in this crazy, colorful, mechanical cacophony. When the sun finally came up, we basked in the new daylight and put on our shades just as we passed the gigantic sign that says, "Welcome to Texas." This was a hell of a long trip, but we finally got to Austin. We stayed at Farrell's buddy's college condo with roughly 6 guys living there. It was just what you would expect from a college apartment. Unwashed dishes piling up in the sink, cases of empty beer bottles on the floor, and full ones in the fridge, a filthy bathroom, a totally clogged shower drain. I took the fastest shower in my life with black water reaching all the way up to my knees. I could not see my feet, but I got it done. The house was noisy and hotter inside, so I slept outside on the porch in the 90-degree Texas heat and humidity. We got up early and had a grumpy conversation about why they had booked Houston before Austin, since Houston is further away. No one could figure it out, and we drove away from Austin wishing we did not have to knock off any more miles. It was brutal, but the roughness of the road was always softened by the knowledge in your mind that the ultimate prize was always waiting at the end of that merciless drive. One more Grateful Dead show. Alright, thanks for listening. If you liked it, click on the new videos that are up right here. You'll be able to listen and watch some other stuff, and click like and subscribe, and you all have a great, great day, and time's getting close. I'm going to start seeing everybody at shows soon, and I'm excited.